All right, welcome to the second episode of Living the Dream, a little vlog series that documents my process of chasing after my dream, which is to make a living making music. This episode is called The Strategy because I'm gonna do some brainstorming on how to actually make something happen here. We're just gonna jump right in. First things first, before I get into any strategies, I want to first talk about some potential obstacles, because a good underdog story, you need to overcome something, right? Like, this isn't going to just be handed to me. I have to work for it. All right, so a few obstacles. All of the money I make from streams, I give to charity, which seems kind of backwards. You want to make a living making music, but you're giving away all the money you make. This is something that I started back when I put out Hymnal EP with Sage, and I just really felt called to continue to do that. I want my generosity to make me uncomfortable, because that's when I know I'm doing it right. Over the last 4 years, I've made maybe $200 to $300, but if I continue to grow my audience and continue to make more, it'll be even more uncomfortable to give it all away. But I genuinely, I want to be able to give and be generous. I want my life to reflect the heart of God. So this is an obstacle, but when it comes to the strategies now, we just have to figure out other ways to make money making music. Another obstacle, I intentionally spend as little time as I can on social media. I have an Instagram. Feel free to follow it here, but I very much don't like social media. I think it's good to not be on it. However, that is just how the world works right now. This one, I may have to figure out a way to either be on it and severely limit it, or find someone else to keep my social media presence alive. I feel like there was one more obstacle that I had. Oh yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, I really have no clue. We're figuring this out as we go. I just know that I'm confident in my songwriting ability, and I think that speaks a lot and hopefully will take me somewhere far. All right, now for the actual strategies. The first big obvious one would be to get a record deal. This is kind of maybe down the road. I can't see that happening immediately. And I also would want that to be the right thing for me. A lot of people now are doing a lot of DIY and independent stuff, and it works. My music is very diverse, and I feel like at some point a record label might try and hinder that. This is all obviously just out there stuff that I don't even have to be thinking about. Second thing would be, how do I make money? Sell merch. I think this one is a slightly down the road thing as well, in the sense that I need to figure out the best way to do it where I'm not losing money and where I know people would actually buy it. Third thing, how do I make money? How do I make a living? Play shows. I've performed my music live a couple times. One time I had a release party for an album that I released called Fruit the Mixtape, and I kind of just invited everyone who was involved in making it, took a part in it, etc. And so that was more just some family and friends, just a little get together in a backyard, but it was super fun and I very much enjoyed it. And I've already the last week or so been sending emails, sending texts for every possible thing that I could do. It's tough because it's the shows that are gonna pay you, you almost need to already have a larger following. I'm shooting my shot though. I'm sending emails, sending texts, and just seeing what happens, seeing if anything sticks, because eventually someone might say yes. What's cool about shows is that I feel like every Christian artist start just by playing in youth groups, and I have a little bit of a leg up. I was a youth pastor for 7 years and have a lot of friends who are still doing it, so I'm gonna be just using every networking kind of thing to my advantage. Here's another one. Get paid to write songs. I am very okay if the living that I make, I get no credit for. I don't need to be the one on the stage. I don't need to be the one with the mic. And truthfully, I think the big gift that I have and that I can offer is my songwriting ability. Maybe with connections that I make, I'll be able to write songs for other people. Those are my 4 strategies as of now. All of them are completely dependent on growing my audience. There are a few, I'll say, industry connections that I have, just people that I know or people who know people who know people. I'm just gonna see what happens there and just see what opportunities await. Yeah, so these are my strats. My strats. I don't know that I have much there, but you get to enjoy the spectacle of me falling on my face as I try. As always, it would be a huge help if you subscribed to this channel, just to continue to, again, grow the audience so you can know and always be updated on everything that I'm doing and participating in. I'm excited to continue to share my ideas and just make content and make music and see where that leads me. This is the strategy. Here we go. No, I don't like that. How do we end this?